What's happening, people? It's Tom here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today is a big one. It's another squad builder, but it's got a bit of a twist to it because this is the squad builder for the Epremier League finals. Now you can probably tell by the top I'm wearing, me and Gorilla will be representing Tottenham at the Epremier League finals on Saturday. If you want to watch it, it'll be on the Premier League channels and the Sky Sports channels as well. And every game we play will be one leg of Gorilla playing, one leg of me playing, aggregate score combined, bang, you will have your result from there. Now, I did do a similar squad builder about a month or so ago, but the team has massively changed because there's been a load of new promos come out, the FUT birthday, the icon moments and all of that. So we're going to have a look at what the restrictions are right now. Basically, any player that's currently playing in the Premier League, any card, any rating, it is any icon that has played in the Premier League. So if they've had some sort of game time in the Premier League, they're allowed in. For example, Ruud Gullit would be allowed in because of his time at Chelsea, whereas R9 Ronaldo would not be allowed in because he hasn't played in the Premier League. Now, this also applies for Heroes cards as well. So David Ginola, Joe Cole, them kind of players, they're allowed to feature. But any hero card that hasn't played in the Premier League will not be allowed to play. You understand my gist here. It is basically anyone that has featured in the Premier League past and is currently an icon or hero, or anyone that is in the Premier League right now. It is also worth noting, there is no rating restrictions, no team restrictions. This is an unlocked account. And when I say unlocked account, what I mean is they basically give you an account with every single card on the game just to use for that tournament, and you have no access to it once the tournament is finished. Now, this is the main event, the EPL unlocked account. So we'll start in goal. As we know, every good team needs a cracking goalkeeper, and because of the release of icon moments, this is actually pretty difficult to decide. You've got the likes of Mendy, De Gea from the Premier League, even Alisson in the Premier League. And in the icon moments, you've got people like Schmeichel and Van der Sar. So there's about 5 or 6 different keepers you could pick here, but I've got one in mind. Now, my thought process behind this, man, is because I played in E-Nations with Tex and Mitch, and Tex told me Schmeichel is the man that you need. So Peter Schmeichel goes in goal, although Edwin van der Sar has a shout there. It would be Schmeichel or van der Sar. I don't have much control over goalkeepers because if they're going to let something in, they're going to let something in. I can't really stop that. Now we're into the back four, and the next one, they have pretty good selection at fullback. There's been some good right backs. You've got your Carl Walkers, your Cancelos of the world. However, I'm actually going to go for the new and upgraded, I think he's been recently upgraded, Reece James headliners. The reason for James over Carl Walker is because he's better on the ball for me. When I play with Carl Walker, I really feel like his defending's good, but going forward and the way he attacks, not quite good enough for my team. But obviously, there's a reason it isn't Cancelo, and that is because Cancelo will be playing at left back. His Team of the Year card is unbelievable, probably the best fullback on the game. I don't mind that he's right-footed at left back when he's that good. And obviously next to him is going to be his teammate and his national teammate as well. This team is pretty obviously going to be Team of the Year heavy right now. It is Ruben Dias. We've used him in Weekend League and I showed you how good he was. I believe he might be the best centre-back on the game. With icons, any Team of the Years, I feel like Diaz has a shout. He's definitely in the top 3. Now, sticking with the theme of perfect links or strong links, whatever you want to call them, we're going to go with Rudiger as the other centre-back. Now, this is going to spark some debate, I reckon, because there's actually 2 other really good options that could play there. The other 2 I was looking at are either Varane or icon moments Rio Ferdinand. But I decided I feel like Rudiger is the best from what I've used. Although this could change. On Saturday morning I get to play some warm-up games before the tournament starts. There could be a move for Varane or Ferdinand in there. Just from what I've played with and what I know, I feel like Rudiger is the best alongside Ruben Dias. On to the midfielders, and it's definitely worth noting that this isn't the formation I'm starting with. I'm not playing a hipster 4-3-3-3. This is just the team I'm using. It's not even for chemistry. I can't even say it's for chemistry. I've just loaded up and I'm so used to doing this formation when I build these teams that I've just ended up with it. Anyway, enough of my waffle. We're going to go into midfield, and the first one is going to be one of the best icon moments FIFA offers us right now. It's Ruud Gullit. Palm tree Ruud Gullit as well. That fantastic head of hair. He really does have everything you need. 4-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, 6'3". And I'd say behind R9, probably the second best icon on FIFA. So he's definitely going to be playing centre midfield for me. And then partnering Gullit, there is actually a hell of a lot of options to be playing here. And I'm still completely undecided, I'll be honest. This is what I'm going to go for right now. But maybe in warm-ups, I'll change very, very quickly. because I'm not quite sure what I want. The three main options I'm looking at here: Team of the Year Kante, Vieira Moments, and Firmino Foot Birthday. But based on the fact that Hullet is going to be very, very attacking, he's going to be able to do everything going forward, I've decided we need some defensive stability next to him. And I actually am going to go for Kante. The reason I'm going for Kante over Vieira is because I feel like Kante's interceptions are really, really good. Better than Vieira's. And I feel like Vieira Moments is not quite as good as what he was last year. If anyone remembers FIFA 21, Patrick Vieira, he was unbelievable. But FIFA 22, Patrick Vieira, I don't think he's quite the same level. So we're going to go for Kante next to Hullet. On to the front four. Now, what does the front four offer us? There's a lot of good players that have played in the Prem. There is loads of different options, but there's one you know I'm going to pick, and it is Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest to ever do it. We know he's going straight into the team. He'll be playing up front, so let me put him there real quick. And then we have other options as well. We're going to start with a new card here, something a little bit different, but someone that I think will be good enough to play in my team, and I think he'll be playing up front as well. St. Maximin's 92 card, this foot fantasy concept. I wasn't sure of the promo, but it has brought out an unbelievable card in St. Maximin. He's got the 5-star skill moves, the 4-star weak foot. Disappointing that it's not 5-star, but we'll take it. I really sound like Gorilla then, didn't I? That is literally the most Gorilla line ever. And then if we look at the rest of his stats, we go from pace, shooting, dribbling, physical. All very, very nice. And particularly to play up front, he's got the 99 agility and the 96 balance. And then we have two other positions to fill this team. Now, we're going to have Ronaldo's mate in here, new to the Prem, but an absolute player, and his foot birthday card is seriously, seriously good. There is a whole lot of reasons why Jadon Sancho needs to be in this team. Let's have a look at his stats quickly, and I'll tell you why. Well, the only one you need to know is he's 5-star, 5-star. Any attacker that is 5-star, 5-star with 95 agility is probably going to make the team, especially with that 93 pace as well. His shooting is not as good as I want it to be, although he does have finesse shot trait. His work rates, I'm not really bothered about this FIFA. I don't feel like work rates are that important, but Sancho is the man. And then we have one other position to fill this team, and I'm still not quite sure. I've been debating in my head between 3 or 4 players. I'd say the main 3 I'm looking at are Mo Salah. We're looking at Rashford, Marcus Rashford's new card, and then Riyad Mahrez road to the final, which has been heavily, heavily upgraded. I've decided for now, I'm going to go for Riyad Mahrez. And the thought process behind Mahrez is he's the closest thing I've got to Lionel Messi in this team. I've had Messi in my big pro squad, the ones that I use for normal FIFA tournaments, all the time. If you're going to pick one player from the Prem that plays like Messi or has similarities to Messi, it's going to be Riyad Mahrez, especially in FIFA. Maybe not in person as much, not in real life, but in FIFA, Mahrez plays very, very similar. As I said with wingers, he's got the good balance, he's got the good stamina. His shooting is actually better than Sancho's as well. He's a little bit slower, but it's above 90 pace. And then 5-star, 4-star massively helps it out. Now we're on to the bench and the honourable mentions. You see with these, I haven't completely decided what it's going to look like come Saturday when the EPL is on. Kevin De Bruyne is staying in. He will be on the bench and he might actually be starting for me. Salah will be going nowhere as well. Salah's headliners card. I played with him in the EPL qualifiers and he was very, very good. Then Kane, obviously, Kane is staying on the bench no matter what. I won't need all 7 subs and Kane is definitely going to be one of them. We then have Rashford, his new fantasy foot card, who obviously might be starting instead of Mahrez. And then the 2 midfield options are Firmino Foot Birthday. I think if we're chasing a goal, it'll be between Firmino and De Bruyne. And then Vieira as well. Vieira's a sitter. I mean, he might be coming on or might be playing instead of Kante as well. We're not quite sure yet. And then Varane is obviously the other centre-back that was in question. We got onto reserves and some of these might get the call up to the bench depending on how I feel on the day. You've got to remember, I don't actually get the chance to try these cards out because I don't have the coins to be able to buy every single one of these. So come Saturday, there's going to be a little bit of trial and error in warm-ups as well. I will be testing cards out, seeing what ones I prefer. Van der Sar in goal. Could be replacing Schmeichel. Ferdinand as a centre-back. The Moments card looks really, really good. The only problem is 60 balance, 62 agility. And then we have Heung-min Son and Ginola. I need that Spurs link-up somewhere. They could make the bench. and then Kyle Walker. I mean, overall, I'm pretty disappointed in myself. I've only managed one Spurs player in the whole squad, but I feel like Spurs players haven't been given exactly the cards they deserve. I think Lucas Moura was another one that I was willing to put in, but realistically, when it gets to the event, I know I'm playing for Spurs, but I'm also aiming to win. And when I mean win, that means using the best cards that are at my disposal. Now, we made a full squad. We've got our starting 11, our benches, our reserve players. They need a manager to control everyone. Unfortunately, this year's FIFA doesn't have Antonio Conte in, because obviously he didn't come to Spurs till November. So there's one man to lead the troops out, and it's the man on your screen right now, R. Payras. What an absolute legend. You know, he's been part of my squads for years. With a manager like that on the sidelines, you can't really lose games of FIFA. Look at him. The glasses, the beard, the hair combo. It's everything you want out of a man. This is the squad I'm using. I'm sure a lot of you will have a lot of debate in the comments. Let me know what you would use if you had these players available to you. And I want you to all know that this isn't completely decided yet. There could be changes come Saturday, as I've mentioned numerous times throughout the video. But there we go. The EPL event will be starting on Saturday, 11 AM. So wish me and Gorilla luck. Hopefully we can get the job done. Obviously, I've won it before. I couldn't go a whole video without mentioning that. Hopefully, I'll become a 2-time champion come Sunday. But I know how hard it's going to be. There's a load of good players there. So let's see how we go. I hope you all enjoyed watching, and I'll see you all on the next video. Goodbye.